It seemed like the John had some weird kind of disconnection and he just got a random pick. However that works. And we are now coming in. We can see it's a Lucian Thresh bottom lane for the purple team, EU West OP. And I think they have some good pick potential, because if you watch the stream earlier, you can hear me just saying Pixar is one of the best Thresh players I've seen through this tournament and stuff. So they got that going for them, which is nice. Also we have Bloom again here. He's hovering over Irelia. I don't know how that Irelia game will go for them, but it'll probably work. So the last time we had an Irelia and Ahri on this team, the Flying Potato team, they had the stats of, or like Irelia went with the fairly good stats. It was 7-2-4, and Ahri had Dark Magic on Ahri, and he had 8-5-13, which both are kind of nice stats. And this game I'm talking about was versus the eBay team. So yet again, Bloom again, he is kind of this just magical step in, just doing so great for him, while Nightcrawl isn't here. Also, it seems like High and Rainbow is hovering over Rice, so unlocks it in. So that is the teams. We have Revsalt on the Vi. We have Archer and Drain with Morgana, joined by Amar the Ghost in the bottom lane. For the top lane there, for Bloom again, we have the Irelia, and she has played good Irelia before, so I'm excited to see that play. Also with Dark Magic, he has played Ahri a couple of times through this tournament, and he has played actually very good. So we'll see how the top side of the map will end up. So for the EU West OP, we have the John in the mid lane with the Orianna, Pixar and Lenvens on the bottom lane with Thresh and Lucian. For the top lane, we have Tak, Matsumoto on Rice, and in the jungle, High and Rainbow on the Jarvan fourth. I think he has played Jarvan at least a couple of times. I've seen him playing it very often, or at least we have seen a lot of Jarvans throughout the tournament, so it seems like he is on his way back. So through all these fights, we have Season 2 champions coming back to us now late Season 4, which is kind of what I'm excited about, because I loved the old Season 2 times when we had all these champions like Irelia and Caitlyn and all of these like nice champions which just got knocked away from the board from all of these new champions that came in Season 3. So all of these champs are buffed up again, or the other ones is nerfed down, and some of them got some remakes, and everything just seems so well again, because I love these picks and these champs. They are kind of like what I think of the soul of League of Legends competitive play. Like one of the greatest events for me as a spectator was Season 2 Worlds. It was just so fun when actually we had European and all of these North American teams coming in from the LCS and doing so well at the same time as we had these Korean teams not being like too overpowered like we saw in the Season 3 World Championship, where like the board at the end was only Fnatic and Cloud9 and the rest of it was Chinese and Korean teams. But except for that, I love all the like high level competitive plays. There's so much happening all the time there, and yeah. So I will just pause for a minute and a half, and I'll be back whenever the game starts. So stay where you are, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we are back into this game with USOP versus Flying Potato. So this is the loser bracket final, and it's also a best of 3. So after this game, we'll just go straight into the next round, and we will find out who will be the one facing Celestial Gaming in the win bracket or the grand final of this tournament. And so that will be nice to look at. Also, for now, we have on the bottom lane all of these players from the Flying Potato team, and just protecting around their buffs. And we did see like this huge invade from Celestial Gaming, just pushing away everything for Flying Potatoes, and they just had to back off. So everything was just a show. We had the power and just throw down a ward. And they didn't get a timer back then, but whatever. Also, AMR the Ghost, he's still just standing here using all his like voice commands and just everything to annoy every caster. So for the red buff coming up here, getting taken down by Vi, relatively quick, 204, and the blue buff going down to High and Rainbow as well. So in top here we have Tak Matsumoto versus Bloomingen. So you can just see Bloomingen burn through half the health of Tak Matsumoto, and it just went so great because he didn't really have time to react, because Irelia is so quick and he just ran straight into a bush whenever he was finished attacking. I suppose he will do that very soon as well. And you can see Pixor and Lemons, they just take so much damage onto everyone. And John and Dark Magic, they're standing here dealing so much damage, but it is equally good amount of damages on each other. And that's a nice hook onto Amar Ghost. He gets the Black Shield onto each Drain, and all the damage coming over to Ghost. I don't think they will be able to take him down right now, but they definitely burnt a couple of health potions and some spells. So that means Landmans and Pixar, they are kind of dominating in the lane here. For now, at least. I think the Jinx will come back stronger a little bit later. Also, both Bloomingen and Revsalt is here on top, and that is a nice flash, just causing Revsalt to lose his Q, which meant his gank didn't really have too much to say except for a flash though. And a flash away from Ryze, it is really helpful before level 6, because then he can't really just jump away or run for that sake. Irelia has so much more mobility earlier than Ryze. Also, that's a nice flare taking him back in that Pixar. He just couldn't hit what he wanted. Also, more damage going over to Pixar, but Lemon standing here doesn't get caught by the jumpers. But it was very close. It's a good try of AMR the Ghost. I couldn't really land just what I wanted, but that doesn't really make too much out of it. Also, Lenmans and Pixar, they're down here taking all these bindings, but AMR the Ghost is far too low to actually do anything about it. Because if he just jumps in, they get countered so hard and just getting knocked down into death. So now really a death sentence is what they could really call a death sentence, because now there are two junglers down here. I don't really think anyone can do too much because they're both just backing off, but now Bloomingen knows the jungler of the enemy team is down on bottom, so he can just go in doing so much damage onto Tak Matsumoto. But also Tak Matsumoto had like all the amount of damage over time, so he just throw out spells on a little bit range. The quality was set down on this game, most because I have kind of a low upstream right now. I will try going over to a high quality later on, but I had it turned down mostly because I couldn't upload with this. Also, that is a nice attack from Bloomingen, but he can't go onto the turret. That means Matsumoto can stand here doing so much damage on the range with Qs and Es, and that is really what helps him keeping him alive. Just holding Bloomingen low enough so he can't go in for a tower dive. Also, High on Rainbow up here, he is so close to actually jumping in. That is a nice flash burnt. So well done by High on Rainbow burning the flash. So also Dark Magic and John standing here in the mid lane, just trying to do stuff, and that is a nice charm going over. The John just uses his shield and can't really take too much more damage after that. None of them have like these huge pools of mana right now, but it is what it is, and it might be good afterwards. Although it's only Uchi Drain down here on bottom with a huge wave to help Pixor and Lemons push up this wave, but there is help coming, and it's coming very soon, but it's not enough yet. And that is another jump towards Matsumoto, but that is a nice W just to snare him up, and the cage can't just stuff up Aurelia because she is very dependent on the ability to jump in like she did right there. Yeah, like that, and that is the first blood. 7.25 minutes into the game for Bloomingen. So that is nice. Also Repsol picking up another red buff for himself. Not giving it over to any ADCs yet. But it'll be fine. Also Lennon, with his long range abilities, just not caring about minions. And that is really what helps him in the lane against Jinx. Because Jinx is very dependent that she actually don't have any minions between them, and that is Repsol coming up inside here with very good attack. Get him snared up and caged by Dark Bindings and Fuse of Vi. So that is a huge amount of damage coming in onto the John from a small combo of... What's he going now? But that is Dragon coming in, does a nice shockwave. Couldn't really do too much about it, and that is shockwave wasted because now they don't really have any good engages or disengages. Although Repsol is here very low, and that is Morgana going down to that. Nice Q going to slow him up, but AMR the Ghost, you're not in a good spot right now because you are just popped down by everyone, and Dark Magic is now the one going low. Lenvens is on the chase, going on to Bloom again, but that's Repsol jumping in again. What are you doing? Because you're just giving him a triple kill. That is not well played by the Flying Potatoes. They did not want that fight. Because now we have a Fed Illusion. He's 4 kills already 9 minutes into the game. And with the help of Pixor, he can very easily utilize that damage he just got. So if you look at the gold, you can see Lucian sits on 2k gold right now. So probably just backing off and buying... I think he might go for an Infinity Edge. Or just boots with attack speed. So backing off, and he will probably just recall to buy. Blue buff going over to the mid laner. So this means there's only this trash down here right now. And he is really too strong alone, which means his turret is possibly going down. Repsol, you're not in a good spot right now. Dark Magic, you're standing here on the side doing much damage to the John, with a nice ball in the center of everyone. There's not much you can do with engages. So the turret down here, it went to a quarter of its health. Due to the one push with Denman's backing off. So that is something. Also Dark Magic doing trade damage with Orianna. Which is kind of nice because he's very low, and if they just can continue doing damage, that is really the optimal thing you want. And so here in the top lane you haven't really seen too much action in the last couple of minutes, but now you can see Bloom again on the chase on to attack Matamala, but attack has his ultimate and he's on a turret, and I don't really think Irelia has enough health to go for a clean tower dive without risking her own life. So that is probably just a stall lane right now, and I think the next place we'll see action is either in the bot lane or Dragon Pit in something like 3 minutes. So not too much right now. So right here on the backside you can see High on Rainbow standing there. I don't know if Aurelian knows about his whereabouts. But he probably knows there's something fishy, but no. We can now see High on Rainbow. He is showing himself a little bit too early, but now Bloomingen, you can't jump out except for Matsumoto is standing here on the side, but that is surely Bloomingen going down. With Rise picking up the kill. Also Pixar getting snared up by the Dark Binding, but MR, he didn't really follow it up because he doesn't have any mobility without killing anyone. That is the thing about Jinx, if you can't get any kills or assists, you're mostly useless, as you don't have any like chase potential or anything. So just chasing without having killed anyone first, that is not really what's going good for you. And how it is right now, is not too many kills going over to them. So Drain is up in 1 minute and 40. I suppose they will go for it in probably like half a minute and just try to get a position and wards for it. Seems like the blue buff off the purple side is up, and EU West OP will just give it over to the John. So there's no red buff, and Dragon's up in 1 minute 10. Okay, so World War continues. So I am impressed AMR Ghost hasn't doing any damage on Pixar, but that is Pixar or getting snared up and actually baiting everyone in, because High on Rainbow, he was waiting there in the bush using his ultimate and just cast it right away. And Drain is a lucky person right now, same with Dark Magic, just getting away with their lives intact. Also Bloom again standing here damaging Matsumoto very hard, so going for the dragon now very soon, I think that will be very good because he has teleport up, so Matsumoto would probably just have to back off, then go here. And also to John, you're in the wrong place right now, because Rev Salt, he still have damage, but that is a flash burn and he's happy. Ooh, so close. So it seems like it's perfect team picking up EOS OP, trying to get his dragon down, and it just went down so quick. No one really had time to react to it. So that is everyone just backing away. You can see everyone has above 1000 health, not health, gold, and going back to buy some items. So as I said earlier, this top lane will probably just be a stall lane most of the time, and that is mostly because Bloom again, he don't really want to engage on a turret, and not really now when he's so low. And he do have a crystalline flask, so he has like the regen he needs to get back up again, but Matsumoto is so much stronger now later in the game. So also Drain just missed his what is it, Q, the Dark Binding, which is probably not good because I think they could have capitalized on that and actually got a kill. Also Bloom again taking some few hits from the ease of attack Matsumoto. Also Pixar and Lemons coming in from the side here. They was spotted by the ward in the push and just stopped off by the Dark Binding. See, the top is stalled, no one really wants to do anything. So when it comes to minions at the top lane, it is mostly as you would think it should be. Most of the time only because now you can see High on Rainbow, he's getting very low because Dark Magic just jumping in and around, but the Lemons, you really have to back off. Also Bloom again burnt his ultimate just to get some minions, I think. So High on Rainbow, he's standing pretty safe there because okay, he was not safe. That was just perfect ultimate from AMR the Ghost coming in, and that is Rev Salt from the side with the Black Shield coming in through everything. The box is just burnt. The John, you are now in a bad spot because they don't have the ranges. But Pixar is going down and AMR the Ghost taken down by a turret, and that means Pixar ultimately get the kill credits. So mid lane turret is now next focus for blue team. because of the teleport coming in, everyone's just backing off just to make sure no one will die, and that actually leaves Irelia up on top, mostly just free farming, because she is behind already, and she needs the minions to get back. And as Rice didn't get anything in the mid lane, that was kind of good for the flying potatoes. Yeah. So no dragons up in very soon, and blue buff doing also the John again. So an Orianna with the blue buff is really good having. Mostly because they can just keep throwing and relocating the ball all the time and dealing all the damage through whole teams, even in team fights, just by moving it to the other side of it. So also if we look here at like the ward war, you can see very many defensive wards for the blue team. As for the purple team, they have some offensive right on the side of the walls, but not really anything that matters too much. Also Revsalt's picking up the rates, just giving him some extra gold and keeping it up, so not falling too far behind in levels. But if you look at the levels here, you can see like both these ports 3 or even 4 levels behind the top laners and the mid laners, which is kind of impressive because they have been roaming very much. If they had stayed in a lane a little bit longer, they would have just hit like level 10 level marker, where they get the next stage of ultimate and ultimate to deal more damage. And that is the Jarvan just going down so quickly, and with an well executed combos for more teams. Also Bloom again here on the top side, just picking up the minions, just trying to get stuff going, and that is Orianna hit by the Dark Binding. So World War is continuing, top turret's probably going down and not very soon, because we have 5 members of the team standing here right on top of the turret. It is gone right now, but that is a nice ultimate and nice combos going over to John. John just gets knocked away, and that is Revsol flashing in, just punching his face out. Also Pixar, you're not in a good spot right now, but the box slows so hard right now, but it doesn't really do too much damage. It's a nice flash from Uchi and the Drain to get out again. Also Lemon is now the one jumped on Bloom again, picks up the kill, and Jarvan gets a double kill in 1 Q. So that is good, and Ghost is now the next one on Jarvan's list and getting taken down by the Chompers, but a nice Q going over to him, but that is surely him getting another kill. It's a double kill. He has now taken down 4 members by himself. There's no mana on the Uchi Drain, and that is a nice teleport coming in onto the spear, attack Matsumoto, have you the speed to get chasing down onto the Drain. I don't know, I just think he will go back and kill off the minions. It was a nice try though, but Jarvan with 4 kills. He just got all his kills in that one fight. His Q deals so much damage when he has his Hex Drinker and the Elder Lizard in his inventory. Seems like the Dragon is the next focus target for both of these teams actually. With Revsalt standing here around the side, I think they might know something is going on. They're in the Dragon Pit, don't really have any wards in there yet. You have it now though, and he will jump in and probably just give it away to the purple team. That means he can go around, and Revsalt had his Black shield up, and Ocean Drain, you would take it down by attack Matsumoto here on the backside, but now you can see High on Rainbow coming in, doing so much damage. Lemons gets down, that's a double kill for Einard Ghost. And Dark Magic, how are you getting him just outside range? So that will not be a kill, I don't think. The Super Mega Death Rocket is up either. So that is well played by both teams. So a 3-for-2 that fight, and the goal lead, it isn't really big. Out of the 40k since out on both teams is only 2k like in a difference. It is something, it's almost a half item, but it isn't placed on anyone special. So it's spread mostly around the team, and it's mostly Dragon Gold that is separating them. And so I would suppose a Baron fight will take place in the next 10 minutes. Around 28:30 I think it would be. If it is, at least. We might just have a clean team fight where one of the teams comes up superior and they just push it out. Also top lane now, you can see a huge minion wave, probably just going to be taken out by 3 spells by Matsumoto. So just past the 40k marker for the blue team. So the Flying Potato, they kind of have a lot going on here. Dark Magic is caught out, but no one really capitalizes on that, and that charm just misses. So that means they have something like 10 seconds before it's up again, and it probably is now. Just need a team fight where they can cooperate on thing. Because if purple team, the US OP team, if they can execute a very well team fight with all their players there doing with their ultimates, they will come out very superior, because they have all the damage from Lenmans and Matsumoto, as well with all the CC from John's from the John, Pixar, and High on Rainbow's ultimates and spells for that sake. So if they just can lock down someone that is clustered up in one place, they will have so much doing. You can see that is actually 2 ultimates burned already. And Pixar, you are now going down, and as well with Lenmans. That is High on Rainbow still going down. It's a double kill for Ari, with a triple kill going down onto Rice. That is an ace going down, and middle turret going down. So this is like the one clean fight I was talking about, where one team will come out superior and they would just take down so much out of the base. So I think they will just go for this inhibitor and back off, probably going for the Baron if they feel safe enough. I don't know, there is no like long range stuff they can look at. There is teleport up though, and that one is for Rice, so I don't think they will go for Baron at all, at least taking down this one. Just clearing out the jungle as they are going through it. Also, they're trying to go back and just push everything back to its original, because now we have a 5k goal lead for the US OP team. Not against the US OP, I was about to say. No, sorry, I just messing up words and stuff. Getting a bit tired from my voice. Also, the Baron is going down very quickly. If they can get this, I think they will be coming up very far on top. But now because the Lemons, the John, and High on Rainbow, everyone's just going solo. And that is the smite going down, but it didn't really have too much to say except for gold. So the only thing the US OP I got from that was a Baron, and that Baron didn't they get either, so it was just Baron Gold. everything else going in the favor of my Flying Potato. Which means we will have round 2 and Flying Potato is up 1 now. So that's the game, and Flying Potato is not without 1 victory. So I will be back whenever we're finished with